You can get right up on the bow there. I'll get you right up to him. What you don't want to do is get the bow between him and the water.
Amazing.
Your kids will like that.
Yeah, they're gonna love it. Looking for eyeballs, like.
Yeah, well,
Like you never
you'll
know.
see them.
Right.
Like those crocodiles and alligators, they'll slide up under a branch or something and just lay there still.
Right.
And wait for a bird to walk down the shore feeding or something, and they won't move till right at the last second. It's amazing to see how fast they can spin around and grab something. For the last few years, I've been participating with an organization, Project Healing Waters, basically taking vets, wounded vets, retired wounded vets, disabled vets on fly fishing trips. I've met some remarkable people through the last few years doing this. It's a way that I can give back. I didn't serve, so it's a way that I can serve now. It's a way I can give back for those who have. Some of these individuals have given great sacrifices, them and their families, fighting for our freedoms here. So they deserve my time, and I have the ability to show them something that without my participation, they may not be able to ever see.
I grew up like typical Maine style, hunting, fishing, always outdoors. And my father was a big outdoorsman, and he had his own bait shop. And him and I went everywhere together. He was really well known in town. He was super smart, and I learned a lot from him. I graduated high school early. Still really wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to do. I just knew I wanted to do something bigger and something with more meaning and something that helped people. And I went into a recruiter's office when I was like 22. You come out on the other side feeling like so much stronger and confident, and that's what it did for me. It was a pretty great feeling. Yeah, so I enjoyed it. So
Good. So you want to strip that fly, rod tip down, and just real short, fast strips, like pop, 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 just like that. See how it makes a little wake? So Project Healing Waters is really, it uses fly fishing, the sport of fly fishing, as a tool for rehabilitation. You know, it gives these individuals a new aspect, a new look on life, so to speak. Because some of these individuals have a hard time when they come back from serving, reestablishing themselves into everyday civilian life.
oh, that one. What is it? Yeah. Got it.
I missed a strip. You know, I was stripping,
Yeah.
and I missed a strip. I want to show you this fish. I mean, you caught rainbows, you know.
Yeah. Is this a sea trout?
This is a sea trout.
It's so beautiful.
They look very much like a rainbow,
Yep.
except they got big canine teeth.
Yeah. So that's what we had for dinner last night?
That was our fish taco.
Oh, so good.
Rather than making a cast and just letting a tiny bit of line out, you know, each cast, requiring you to make more and more false casts to get it out there.
Right.
If you so you strip the fly up, you know, you fish the fly almost all the way to the boat.
Okay.
Now, see that? See that fish grab that? That was crazy. Anyway, now for me to be able to cast far, I got to get the head out. But you can do that quickly if you shoot line, like forward shoot, back shoot, forward shoot. So you 3 casts rather than making 4 or 5 casts. You know, I think one of the coolest aspects of Sabrina being able to come here is she's never saltwater fished. She's done a lot of fly fishing. She's been very involved the last few years in the sport, but it's all been freshwater based. She's never actually saltwater fly fished. So this was her first experience. It's a great experience for her, but at the same time, a lot of the situations in saltwater fly fishing are a little more difficult. They're different. We use bigger rods, we throw big flies, we're dealing with wind that may not be over an easy direction to cast. Saltwater fly fishing is definitely, in certain situations, a little bit more difficult. So not just was this trip an experience or an adventure for her, it was a learning experience angling-wise as well. There you go. The rod tip up. That's a nice trout. Nice trout.
Do you play the fit like same like at home? Like you just kind of like let it, you know, at home on the trout you let it put them on the drag and all that stuff. Do you do any of that here?
You know,
reel it in real quick. I mean, does it really?
If it's a big one, he'll get you to, you know, on the reel.
Right. Hello there.
Good job.
There it is.
Here's your first trout.
Nice. And teeth. A little scarier. Yeah, they don't have
Well,
teeth. I don't think they have teeth at home. Oh.
There we go.
Awesome.
He's good. Way to go. Awesome.
First sea trout. Yay.
Moving on. You know, with each individual that I've been blessed to take fishing through this organization, it's always a new personality. It's always a new experience for me as well. And just the reaction that Sabrina had when we saw some dolphin. Yeah, right here, look. See him?
Yes. He's just playing with your boat? Is like
yeah, he's just playing in the wake.
Oh my God,
There,
I'm
right
so
there.
excited. I'm like gonna cry. I'm so excited right now. Oh my God. Totally unexpected.
You weren't quite as sentimental on the croc. She had never seen a dolphin in the wild before, you know, and that was a big emotional experience for her. I see dolphins daily. It didn't affect me that way, but seeing her reaction did affect me. You know, I took Sabrina, you know, deep into the backcountry. We kind of fished our way back, but there was a point in the day that we have to go through this long tunnel, this creek that's very narrow. Some places the boat actually rubs on the sides and the trees. And we run through this thing, you know, kind of zipping like a little race car. We get through it and Sabrina's like, my God, it was like a theme park ride. You know, I've never seen anything like that. And we're out here in the middle of the Everglades experiencing all this.
The Everglades, so cool. I've never really been to Florida, I think once when I was younger, but nothing like what I've seen here with Rob. It's beautiful. It's just this, I saw a dolphin and a crocodile in the same morning, living in the same spot, which I didn't even know was possible. And you know, I thought I had seen a lot in my life, and I mean, I'm like, I feel pretty worldly, but after coming to the Everglades and seeing everything, I realized there's like a whole lot more that I still need to see.
Hit him.
Rod up? No? Yes? No?
Huh? Yeah, you're good. You're good. Just stay good and tight with him.
Don't
Little
spit
bass.
it. Everglade bass.
That was a cool bite.
No, don't go down.
You're all right. Nice little bass.
Yeah. Look at that. Sweet. Awesome. Very cool.
These fish are so healthy back here. Got a belly on that thing.
It's a nice looking bass. Thanks, buddy.
Good job. Your first Florida bass.
There we go.
You know, every time I'm blessed to take one of these individuals fishing, they all have different personalities and they all have a different vibe. But at the same time, they have a lot of similarities. They're all tough as hell. I mean, they've been through things that most of us can't imagine. They've had to conquer hurdles that have been thrown at them in their lives that most of us haven't had to deal with. And Sabrina is no exception to that.
A couple years into service, I started having like some pain in my, my hip and groin area, and they sent me to the doctors right there on base, and they're like, oh, it's just a stress fracture. Eventually, I'm diagnosed with what's called osteonecrosis or avascular necrosis. Osteo means bone and necrosis means death. So somehow the blood supply got cut off to the femoral head in my femur, the ball and joint of your hip. I was told that I was to have a total hip replacement at the age of 22, or there was this new procedure that not many places do or still do. Like a handful of surgeons do it in the United States. It's called a free vascularized fibula bone graft, where they take out the fibula in your lower leg, they graft it into your hip, and they attach the vessels from the hip to the vessels in the fibula. Yeah, so it worked. And if it did work, they didn't expect it to last long anyways. It's usually just to prolong getting the hip replacement.
I mean, it's just, this whole thing was literally 2 years of her life in rehab, just trying to get back where she could walk normal. She gets through that. She's trying to get back into a normal aspect of life, and then gets in a horrible car accident, causes some serious, some brain issues, actually, almost not unlike a stroke that she had to rehab and come through. All this, along with she's had to put her military career aside, which was her goal was to pursue a military lifestyle. She was going to be in for the long haul, and because of these things, she was not able to do that. Fly fishing is giving her an opportunity to kind of regain enthusiasm about life again, and so much to the point that now she is helping other vets pursue the same avenue as she has with Project Healing Waters, using fly fishing as a rehab and a tool.
One of my favorite parts about being in the volunteer role is reaching out to those veterans that don't know about our program or about fly fishing in general, and letting them know that we're here for them and what it did for me, and that they belong too.
Set the hook. You got a little guy.
Something.
It's a baby redfish.
I caught my first redfish.
Hey, way to go. A snook, a redfish, a bass, a cichlid, a trout. a jack, and you saw a dolphin.
And I saw a dolphin.
Now let's catch a
So
big
many different
snook.
fish. What haven't I caught yet? Tarpon.
You haven't caught a tarpon yet. You know, I showed Sabrina a big part of the Everglades. She got to catch, I don't know, 9 or 10 different species of fish. Got to see a huge labyrinth of different ecosystems. But I wanted her to feel what a big saltwater fish feels like. You know, I wanted her to feel that bite and then set the hook and have something take 100 yards of line off the reel like right now. That's something that most people don't experience in freshwater. And I know that she hadn't experienced that ever before. So I wanted her to go home knowing what that's like, to hook onto a big fish that's fast, that's powerful, because she'll never forget that experience. And with the weather conditions and everything that we had, I thought the best opportunity would be to try and hook her up to a big shark. And usually when it is windy, sharks are pretty friendly about coming close to the boat and eating the fly. I'm not sure how much Sabrina was. I think she was a little intimidated by the whole shark thing at first. I knew I was kind of scratching on the surface of getting her where she wasn't comfortable, but I knew if it worked out, it would be something that she'd remember for the rest of her life. There you go.
Ah!
Let him run.
I got a shark.
Yeah, you do. All right.
Thought you were on my lookout.
He came in so fast. Don't worry about pumping, just wind.
All right,
Try
winding.
to stay tight. There you go. How was that run?
That's better.
Sabrina was a sponge. I mean, she was so eager just to want to know how to do everything. To tie the leader, to why we're using this particular fly in this situation, how to cast in this kind of wind. That's a very cool thing about women in this sport, is that they have no ego. It's so much fun to teach somebody who's eager to learn. Almost got your fly line back.
Oh, it's backing. I didn't even realize.
I want to stand up now and fight him.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's a nice black tip.
Wow. So cool.
Pull left. So that's the other thing. When he's going right, you pull left, vice versa. Reel down, pull up hard. Watch the rod on the boat.
So pretty.
Strong fish, aren't they? Are you excited?
So excited.
You're not saying anything.
I'm so excited. I had no clue that Rob was gonna try and get me to catch a shark. No clue. I thought we were gonna fish for tarpon, things like that. Not a shark. I was super excited, but I'm not gonna lie, I was a little scared. Okay.
He's almost ready to try and take the hook out. Reel down a little bit. Look at that.
Wow.
Isn't that a cool fish?
So cool.
Like if you rub your hand towards his tail, see how smooth it is?
Yeah, and then
You go against it. They have
rough.
their skin actually has little teeth called denticles. That's what's rough on there. There we go.
I'll take a hug on that one.
Absolutely.
Ooh, thank
Good
you.
job. I pull a little more than your steelhead. You good? That's awesome. I'm glad you got one. The key to Project Healing Waters succeeding is participation. It's all about participation. You get participants involved, they become leaders, some of them become regional coordinators. It's all about participating.
The trip down here to see Rob, as well as Project Healing Waters and everything they've done for me and all the volunteers, they have helped me realize that my passion for fly fishing is so much stronger than any pain or struggles that I have. It's given me purpose, and it's given me a voice, and it's provided me a platform for healing and spreading that word about the healing, and helped me feel empowered. It's helped me be more present in my family and more mindful in my life.
If you spend the time, a little bit of time out of your life to spend time with some of these individuals, it'll be something that's so rewarding for yourself that I can't even explain it. It's something that I'm going to do for the rest of my life.